Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and gays.
From gutters to gay bars and everywhere in between.
Here to finish off your Tuesday, it's your three besties, two brunettes and a gay.
Happy Tuesday, everyone, and welcome to the show. It's two brunettes and a gay, Deanna, Celeste and Aaron, back here for another Tuesday.
It's a party in the studio today. We're feeling it.
It's the weather, isn't it?
Bounce in your cars, or if you're listening at home, bounce in your lounge chair.
I love the weather, like when it's today, when it's kind of like warm, but it's got that bit of humidity coming through. I don't know, for me, it makes me feel alive. But then in Adelaide, you know, if that's the case, cool change.
Yeah,
always.
16 tomorrow.
But today, really, it's like feels like spring is coming.
Yeah.
It feels like that winter is on its way out. Like, you know that change is about to happen, and you're just like, I'm ready.
Well, do you know, I actually bought a tank top just for the show tonight, by the way.
Really?
This is embarrassing to admit, but like, because the studio gets quite warm.
It does. Yeah.
Stupid me, last night I was packing, I pack my work clothes for work, and then I pack a pair of clothes for, you know, to wear in here. And stupid me packed winter clothes for some reason. I don't know why. Didn't look at the bomb, and then I got to work and went, I can't sit in that studio with that jumper on. So I went out and bought a tank top at
excuse to buy new clothes.
That's right, and I kind of team with your colour scheme going on here.
We're actually all in beige. If you're not in the studio right now, which you're not, you're all in
case
beige.
you're not in the studio with us right now, which it seems like you might not be.
It may feel like it, though.
Yes,
yeah.
it may feel like it, no.
Yeah.
But days like today, weather like today, I wake up feeling like I want to sing Good Morning Baltimore. If you don't know what Hairspray is, then that reference would go to shame. But
good song.
For those of you who know, you know.
Well, yeah, weather's been beautiful. But tell us, how was your weekends, guys? Deanna?
Yes, I went to Sydney over the weekend.
You did. Jetted off once again.
You literally just got back from an overseas holiday.
I know, and you know, honestly, like going to the airport and everything, usually when you're like, oh yeah, exciting trip, it was actually like, oh, not another airport. It's like we already did 10 in a month, you know.
You get tired of airports, don't you?
But I really like Sydney. I like it better than Melbourne. Sorry, anyone from Melbourne. You like it too?
Oh my God, snap. Yes.
High five.
I
don't know, the weather's just a little bit warmer and I just feel like the vibe's just a little bit more upbeat. But the reason I went over was to see the opening night of Wicked musical. Big musical theatre fan, obviously. Have seen Wicked 3 times already in Australia with the original Australian cast.
Amazing.
Multiple times, and did get to see it when the original wizard was in it. I can't remember his name, and then he passed away and Bert Newton took over as well. Back in the day. But anyway, went to see the opening night and obviously love the musical. They did a fantastic job. It was definitely opening night jitters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, interestingly enough, like I've seen it a lot though.
Yeah.
You know, like if you hadn't seen it before, you'd just think it was brilliant. But I'm a performer. I look at things. Their mics were playing up on them. They fixed it by the second half. It wasn't really performer's fault.
Isn't it hard though to go and watch something as a performer now because you look out for those things?
You can't not look. I mean, I've been training vocalists for 18 years of my life, so I can't not look at these things.
Yeah.
Tough.
I think if something impresses us, it's pretty bloody good.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Everybody else is like, wow. And I'm like, most of the time, you know.
Can you do that noise again? I think I'm going to record that and use it as my text message notification.
But if you are heading to Sydney, obviously go and see it, but I'm pretty sure it'll probably tour around of Australia anyway, so highly recommend. How about you guys?
Celeste, how was your week?
My week or my weekend?
Oh, well, how's your week?
Both were boring, I'm not going to lie.
No, nothing going on?
No, well, I guess like coming back from Europe last week, I really tried to keep this weekend low-key. Just, you know, wanted that time at home just to, you know, settle back down, get on top of my jet lag, spend some time with my dog, do all that type of thing. So no, it was a quiet one. How about you?
Nice. Well, as you know, it's show week. It
is show week for you.
It's show week for me. Elton John, Rocketman Orchestrated this Saturday night.
I'm so excited.
Oh, I'm so excited for it. And every time I get into show mode, you girls know me so well. Like I get into that kind of show anxiety mode.
Yes.
So, I'm constantly rehearsing. I'm singing in the shower. I'm singing on the walk to work like a madman, and I have my Bose headphones in, and I'm just singing at the top of my lungs, and I'm like, hope no one's taking a video of this and putting it on, Shit Adelaide or something like that.
Yeah, if you don't know Aaron behind the scenes, he's like highly nervous, and you would never think so on stage.
No.
But
he's a cross between someone that's highly nervous and anxious and Madonna before she goes on stage.
Yes. I'm a diva. Yeah, I give you that. But no, show week. So the rehearsals are going fabulously. It's going to be a brilliant show, and I'm very excited. We've got 2 amazing people coming in from the show.
Yes,
later
we do
on our show tonight. So
later on, we're going to hear
Studio.
more about Elton John Orchestrated. So stay tuned for that one later on.
Bring it on.
Definitely. But Aaron, you mentioned to me and Deanna there's been something serious going on with you. You want to address it live on air, which we are here for you to do that. So join us after the break. We're going to dive into what's really going on with you, Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned.
Let's do it.
Aaron, you've come to us this week with a serious problem that you thought, you know what, I think this is something that I got to get off my chest, and I got to talk about it on air. I got to air my dirty laundry right here on Radio Italia Uno this week.
My dirty knickers.
Your dirty knickers, your dirty jocks, your dirty boxers, any other underwear that you feel like
Your
is
dirty briefs.
Your dirty G-string.
Yeah, my dirty G. I just want to air my dirty G here today. Yeah. No, well, look, I want to talk about this on air because I think there's a lot of people out there that might be going through the same thing.
Suffering with the same thing.
Suffering with the same dirty G.
And not IBS related.
No. Or a lactose intolerance. No. No, so look, on the weekend I think you could call it, I hit rock bottom.
Ooh.
We've seen this coming for a very long time.
I know, it's pretty bad, right? So look, beautiful day Saturday, gorgeous, sunny Saturday. Got up, walked myself to the gym. Thought, you know what? I'm going to go and smash an amazing workout session and then get on with my day.
Some cardio before the cardio.
The cardio before the cardio, right? Mm-hmm. So got up, went for a beautiful walk. And look, you girls know I've got a lot going on at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Between the radio show, between the show on Saturday, between other bits and bobs, right? So my phone has been going off incessantly. Like every 5 seconds I feel like someone's messaging me, or there's a notification, or I've got to share something, or I've got to post something. So I was on my way to the gym, and look, I was in my own world, and I got to the traffic lights on Pulteney Street. Mm-hmm. And I'm standing there, and the traffic lights are, it's red, so I can't walk. So I thought I'd check my phone. And there's about 12 messages, so I'm just responding to each and every one of them. Next minute, this random girl walking past taps me on the shoulder and says, "Mate, the light's green."
Oh, no.
I was mortified. I went, oh, my God, how have I not been paying attention enough that the light is green? And I realised I've turned into the person I hate.
You've got a screen addiction.
I've got a screen addiction, and I'm walking around the city glued to my phone.
No.
I hate these types of people.
I
I don't know
agree.
about you girls. What does this annoy you?
Yes, 100%. We actually, this is something that I do notice.
Yeah.
And look, I may be guilty of being on my phone, but I do try to make a valiant effort to not be on my phone when I'm walking or anything, because I know how much it frustrates me when I am walking and someone is stopped. And this we noticed so much in Europe.
Really?
People will just stop in the middle of a walkway, and we're talking tourist destinations where you've already got 1,000 people trying to cram through a tiny little Italian pathway.
Yeah.
People are just stopped on their phones, and you're like, do you have any idea of what's going on around you?
Yeah.
So to hear that you've turned into that person, look, like I said, I saw it coming.
Yep.
But to hear that you actually have now been tapped on the shoulder by a complete stranger, Aaron, I don't even know what to say. I'm so sorry.
Are you giving me a warning here tonight?
I want to support you through this.
No, I think it's
I
important.
think we should take your phone away.
Raise awareness around big issues like screen addiction.
It's true. It is true, though.
It's very true. You see it everywhere. I am someone who actually really hates my screen, so I don't have this, because anytime I have to be on it because it's going off, and obviously, you know, owning a business and doing multiple things like that sometimes occurs.
Yep.
I am the type of person that will put my phone somewhere and deliberately not look at it, and then like 10 hours later everyone's like, can you respond? And I'm like, no, because I don't like it to be in control of me. Like, I choose.
I don't want to be this person, but I'm going to have to argue you on that, because I am with Deanna on a daily basis and I have conversations with her and she doesn't respond because she's on her phone.
No, I don't. Only when I'm in the middle of... What I'm saying to you is that I do have periods.
Backtrack it, girl.
I have periods where I get the shits up with it, and then I'm like, I don't want to deal with it.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see, because you've written down your average screen time, right?
Oh my! This is really embarrassing. Look, I wrote down my average screen time, and what I'm going to do is I want to read it out to you girls, because I want to get a bit of a comparison to see just how bad I am with my screen addiction.
I haven't checked mine, so I'm going to check mine live on air. So
okay, all right. So between the couple of us, and Deanna, you can actually be the judge here. I don't know if you know your screen time or not, but let's at least look. Celeste and I are probably the most screen addicted out of the three of us.
Yes, and I would like to preface my screen time by saying that part of my job role is social media, which means I do spend a certain amount of time on my phone for work. So I just like that taken into consideration from the judges, David and Deanna.
And me too here, because ultimately I put the reels together for the show. I put, social media posts up to promote the show, plus my other show, all that stuff. So look, and I'm making excuses.
We all have to be on there longer than we'd like to anyway. But then there is the additional hours spent, which we can't really, get a detail of. But let's see.
Look,
who's going to go first? Celeste, we're going to start with you.
Let's start with Celeste.
Let's start with you.
How bad it can get.
We may have a problem, because I've just gone to check my screen time and it's not turned on. So my daily average screen time, courtesy of Apple, is 0 minutes.
You've wiped it.
I
You're
win.
a liar. You're full of it, Celeste.
Okay, all right. So we don't have mine, but we have yours, Deanna. We have yours, Aaron.
We have mine. So
you have yours.
Daily
Okay.
screen time.
Daily average, yeah.
Daily average.
Yeah.
1 hour and 43 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
Oh no, Aaron. I saw the starting number of yours, and I'm worried for you.
This is really embarrassing. Okay, look, the first thing to do is admit that I've got a screen addiction. Okay, this is it. Are we ready? Last week it was 5 hours and 55 minutes.
Oh.
That's nearly 6 hours of my day.
Yeah, well, if you're awake
screen.
16 hours a day, that's like
10 hours of your time.
I don't know no maths, but
it's more than a third of your day.
Wow.
Jeez. See, I need to learn your method, Deanna. I need to control the phone, not have the phone control me.
Well, it helps if you forget it on silent all the time.
Yeah, well, mine's generally on silent. But my problem is, though, I'll get home from work and I'll literally just, I'll sit there, Mark will be making dinner, and I'll just scroll. And the problem is now I'm addicted to Insta Reels.
Okay.
I've got a problem with Insta Reels. Yes, and I just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And I don't know how to get out of it. One
thing that I will say would also add is, I don't know about you, but I tend to be like a screen watcher when I'm like at the gym, for example. If I'm like listening to something or watching something on YouTube, which I think would really boost up my average. Does that impact yours? Or are we talking like just completely social media, messenger, messages, that type of thing?
I do listen to a lot of music through YouTube as well.
Okay.
So look, that might have something to do with it. The problem I find as well is, the other night, Mark and I were watching a brand new show on Netflix, right? So we're sitting down and Mark said, let's watch something new and, we'll do that. And we sat down, turned it on. The problem is, about 10 minutes into the show, I grab my phone and then I'm scrolling. And then I'm realising that I'm addicted to both screens. I'm looking at my television. I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, where's my laptop? Like, what do I do?
I think you're actually addressing something that's a big problem for many people. Yeah. I think a lot of people would be exactly where you are and going, I'm looking at two screens at once. Yeah. And neither of them are fulfilling me.
I think we'd love to know some of the screen time from our listeners. We might have to put up a post on socials, to Brunettes Brunettes A Gay on Insta and Facebook, and we might need you to comment your screen times, and let's see where everybody stacks up in the screen time average. But you know what? This really reminds me of one of my favourite quotes of all time. It's a little bit deep, but I think it's relevant here. I can't remember who it's by, but it says it's habit, not choice, that rules the unreflecting herd.
Ooh.
And it's true, right? It's our habits. We actually don't realise that we're doing it because it's become so automatic all of the time.
Wow.
So I think we need to put it out there for your suggestions, everyone. Mm-hmm. What can Aaron do to curb his screen addiction?
Help me.
Okay, everyone. We've got a brand new little thing. We did a thing.
We've got a sting.
How would you describe it, Celeste?
We went to Europe?
No, well, yes, we went to Europe, but we created like a thing out of it.
A little game?
Oh.
A game. Yes. Game. Yes.
They're always fun when you're on holiday.
Yes.
Like playing little games, little tailored games. Yeah.
Well, look, it was bred out of the fact that while we were away, we were much more, I guess, observant of things. And this was because in a lot of places we didn't have phone access, right? We were running off of Wi-Fi for the entire month that we were gone. Mm-hmm. So when we're out, let's say anywhere, apart from at our hotels or our accommodation, or sometimes in airports or restaurants, we weren't able to be on our phones, for example.
Yep.
So you're much more observant of what's going on around you, okay? Mm. So our observations were up, and this led us to this segment.
How many Fs were given?
I feel like...
How many Fs were given? I like the sound of that segment.
Yeah, right? So you're much more observant. We were much more observant of what was going on around us. Mm. And we were thinking, this is often really different to, I guess, what we're used to. Yes. What we're used to at home, what we've become accustomed to living in Australia.
Yep.
And not to say that there's a right or wrong way. I guess it's just what you're used to that gets challenged when you're in different places. Mm-hmm. And we started to make note of these things in the different places that we went. And we were surprised. I don't know, maybe we weren't so surprised.
No, well, I mean, if you've been, because we've been before, we kind of had context for the fact that things are a little more lackadaisical in European countries. They're not so uptight and pretentious, I guess, as we are, which is a good thing. But on the same token, on the adverse side, between, and the Fs that we're talking about, it's between government and people a little bit. A lot of it, it's just the attitude of the country itself. Okay. But here we're very picky on how things are done. In Australia, people are likely to complain if someone's parking in the same spot in their driveway, or, someone's a little bit over the curb. They might call the council, or the music's a little bit too loud. Whereas in Europe, there are no Fs given.
Right.
For example.
That's good context to put it in.
So we talked to you about it, Aaron, and you decided to go away based on what we spoke to you about and create, I guess, a little bit of a... it's not really a quiz.
No, it's more a bit of a game, right? So what we've got some different categories as such. So we're going to play the game, how many Fs were given? And each category, I'm going to ask you how many Fs were given for your particular country. Mm-hmm. So the categories will be airport, accommodation, transport, hospitality, and general facilities. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, Deanna, I'm going to start with you. So what country are you going to nominate that you're going to play with tonight?
I don't know. Make Celeste pick first. What country?
We'll come back
or
to
you pick
Deanna.
A country for me.
Okay, I'll pick a country for Deanna. Croatia.
Okay. All right. Let's start with Croatia.
Deanna, Croatia. And Celeste, what are you going to play for?
Deanna's got a pick for me.
Okay, well then you got between Greece and Italy that we went to. So
Greece.
Okay, David's
Greece?
picked.
You want to do Greece? Okay. All right, let's do
David and I
Croatia
have
and
picked for
Greece.
that one. Okay, let's start the game, ladies. All right. First up, in relation to the airport, how many Fs were given in Croatia?
Well, look, we went into Dubrovnik, and it was probably one of the better ones, so I'd say 3. 3 out of 5. We're
3
going
out of 5. Let's
right?
do it out of 5.
3 out of 5 Fs were given.
Were given, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Fabulous. Now, Greece, Celeste.
Did you hear our story last week?
I think I know the answer, but I need to still ask as part of the game.
Okay, F's given in the Athens airport, 0.8.
Okay.
All right, Croatia's in the lead.
Croatia in the lead. Okay. Next up, we have accommodation. Deanna,
Croatia. This depends on where you stay, but in the accommodation, there was I think there was even 4 Fs given in Croatia. Like it was it was quite well organised. Yep,
they do give an F, right?
Yeah,
okay.
they gave an F.
They gave an F, right? Celeste, Greece.
Look, again, perhaps it was where we stayed, but I am going to rate Greece very highly in the accommodation category because we had really good accommodations. I mean, maybe the service around those accommodations could have been better, but let's go with, I'm going to say a 4.
4. Greece coming up. Rightio. Transport
for Croatia, they were actually quite organised. I'm going to say 3.5. Yep.
Okay.
They weren't necessarily happy about it, but they were organised.
Yeah. In terms of, like, it was there. Like, they didn't want you there, but they had the transport.
they had the wheels, they just didn't want you there.
No, like the bus drivers and everything. Oh, the private transfers you're always okay with, but
Yeah.
anything that's got to do with public, they're like...
The public
just
hated
they're
you.
just not interested. They're not interested in the tourists.
Yeah, get out of here.
Go on, Celeste.
Celeste.
1.5. It's 1.5. And I think, in my opinion, that's generous. Not because there isn't transport options available, but just because safety isn't a high consideration when it comes to transport in Greece. And that's something that we hold in quite high regard, I guess, in Australia, is our ability to live.
Like, if you're, like, half on a step sandwiched up against a window and the door's not closing properly, that's safe in Greece. Yeah.
So they haven't heard of work health and safety.
I don't think I don't think anybody cares.
And
There's no Fs given.
Well, I'm going to be honest, that score would be even lower if we were talking about how much the transportation employees care about the people on the road. That score would be even lower. So 1.5 is generous.
1.5, okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're generous there. Rightio. Next up, hospitality. Deanna.
2 Fs were given in Croatia.
Right, so generally not very hospitable people?
Like, they do their job, but again, like, not really interested that you're there.
Celeste, I can tell by the look on your face right now, I know what answer you're going to give me.
Really? Okay, so I'm actually going to rate them high.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes, because I
You
guess
had
they
that-
know that tourists are like a big industry for their economy. So I'm going to give them 3.5.
Jeez, you had a bit of a stank face there.
Did I?
thought it
Maybe
was-
that's just my general resting bitch face.
It's your general stank face.
That's what you've come to know and love about me.
Rightio. Finally, Deanna. Thought this segment would never end. Facilities.
This feels like quite the assessment.
We need to consider all Fs here.
Okay, all right. Okay, we're doing a thorough
it's
analysis.
a real thorough
of the
analysis
Fs.
for anyone that wants to travel to Croatia or Greece.
Well, you were asking us about it because you're considering Europe next year.
I am. I want to do my... What did you call it?
Your hot girl summer.
My hot girl summer.
Yeah.
My hot gay
Your
summer.
hot gay summer.
Perfect.
Oh,
Yeah.
hot gay summer. All
Yeah,
right,
so I need to know-
facilities. Oh, I feel like Europe's all the same with its facilities. 0.5.
Really?
Yeah, they don't. There's no, like, okay, you know, it's funny because in Sydney in the weekend, like, I really appreciated this. Walking down the markets at the Rocks area, got to the end where the Harbour Bridge is, needed to go to the bathroom. Boom, there's bathrooms under the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Thank you very much, Council.
Public toilets.
Thank you for the public toilets. In facilities wise, when it comes to things like needing to pee, there's no such thing as public toilets. Like, and if by chance you happen to find a so-called public toilet, it's probably privately owned and you have to pay €1 to get in.
Do you just do a crap on the street? Is that what you're telling me?
No, you have to go to a restaurant and buy something to be able to use the toilet.
Really?
Yeah, like or you
wow.
hold. So there's always a rule when you travel Europe, and I learnt this a long time ago. It's
no.
like, if you are somewhere with a toilet, go even if you don't need to go. because you don't know when you'll find the next one.
Oh, see, I can't go to Europe then.
Oh,
My
no.
bladder's the size of a peanut. I don't think I could
You'd
manage.
struggle.
You just don't even you don't even drink
you're not
water even
selling
though
it.
it's hot because you're like, I'm not gonna find a toilet.
Or
Oh, crap.
considering the way that you would travel, which I would say you'd probably spend majority of your time in bars, you'd
Yeah.
actually be all right because they have
True.
toilets.
They have toilets.
Yeah.
All right. And wrapping
Celeste,
up with you,
lastly.
Celeste.
One.
Lastly,
I'm going to give it
facilities.
just a 1.
Just a 1.
Just a 1.
Just a 1. All right. So we're at. Here we go. Drum roll. We have Greece with 10.8 Fs given.
That was higher than what I expected.
And
Out of
with
25.
yeah. I'm glad you knew the maths there. I didn't.
That's not the maths, it's just the number.
I don't get it.
Less than
I don't know
50%.
no numbers.
Greece
And with
failed. It's less than 50%.
With 13 out of 25 numbers, Croatia wins with more Fs given, ladies and gentlemen. So, if anyone out there that's contemplating going to Greece or Croatia, just remember, you heard it here first. Croatia have more Fs given.
How many Fs were given?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it didn't stack up well. We knew it wouldn't. They both failed. Less than 50% for both of them. And if we put Italy in the mix, I'm pretty sure it would be under 50% too. So out of all the countries we went, the point was no Fs given. Welcome back, everyone. You're here with Brunettes A Gay, and we have a special interview tonight. It's been ages since we've done an interview, actually.
Well, it's been ages since we've done one in studio, especially.
studio.
Guests in studio is something different.
Everybody seems to want to do them over the phone these days, so thank you for coming in studio. Now, you don't know who we're talking about yet, but we have special guests from Aaron's show that we've spoken about earlier in the show on the weekend, Elton John Orchestrated, which if you haven't got your tickets to that one yet, hurry up and get them, because in a couple of days. Now, of course, we have Aaron, who is in the show here, but we also have two very special guests, which is Emily Kelly. And I'm known for messing words up, important words.
Yeah.
Emily Kelly and Warwick Cheadle. Give them a round of applause.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Emily, Warwick, I know that Aaron knows some things about you, but Celeste and I don't, and neither do our listeners. So, firstly, introduce yourselves to us one at a time. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do and what you're doing in the show.
Okay. Thank you very much for having us here. It's wonderful to be here this afternoon. Look, the show, which is on at the Festival Theatre this Saturday night, is the Rocket Man Elton John Orchestrated show. So we've got a 30-piece orchestra.
It's about you, though.
No, it's not about
Yeah,
me.
who you are.
You're the Rocket Man.
Rocket fuel. So the show's got a 30-piece orchestra, 10-piece band, fantastic show, all those Elton John hits, and I'm lucky enough to be producing it and playing bass in it, and came up with the idea through the orchestra that I'm running now, which is the Southern Cross Symphony. So Southern Cross Symphony does a lot of shows around the country.
Yes.
And we thought, well, here's a great opportunity to celebrate the music of Elton John. So this show's coming up Saturday night, and it's wonderful. It's come together really nicely. Everybody's fantastic. Aaron is letting me play bass, which is good.
I had to pay him.
and it is a wonderful group of people who we've worked with previously in different incarnations, so all known to each other, but very, very lucky to be able to get up on stage and celebrate the music of Elton John. And alongside of me is
Emily.
Yes. And I'm very happy to be actually Aaron's partner in crime and coordinating the vocals for the show. So we have two beautiful, fabulous lead singers who are playing the role of Elton John, and both have amazing ranges and just, the beautiful qualities, voices. And Aaron, myself and Natalie are the backing singers with the mostest, and we do some sort of approximation of a kind of choreographed moves and just generally carrying on.
I love that word, approximation. That's exactly what it is. I love it.
It looks very flamboyant in the rehearsals, and I think it'll even be more flamboyant after the show. But during the show, it'll be awesome.
So basically, you're not very busy, is what you're saying.
No.
They don't have their work cut out for them at all.
Well, if that wasn't busy enough, you're also doing the Eclipse show on Friday night for the Pink Floyd tribute.
Yeah, look, Eclipse Pink Floyd Orchestrated is the show which tours the country and has gone particularly well in Hamer Hall in Melbourne and the State Theatre in Sydney, QPAC in Brisbane and Perth at the Perth Concert Hall. And we're here for the third time. At Adelaide Festival Theatre we've done twice and Her Majesty's once. So, and that's sold out. So that's great. It's a lovely show and. Jack Jones is singing up front with us. Jack used to be in Southern Sons and John Farnham Band. And a bunch of awesome musicians too. So with the orchestra as well. So we thought, well, 2 nights at the Festival Theatre would be great.
What's better than one?
What's better than one?
2 nights.
We know what the quantity is for Friday night. Saturday night is really exciting because it's the first night that we've done the show. And the songs are just magnificent. Elton John can write a song. And Bernie, there were some good lyrics in there too, but can write a fantastic song. They come across really well. They're all quite short, aren't they? The songs are all about 3 minutes long, a bit like the Beatles, They write stuff, and it's not really long songs, but it's packed full of excellent lines, great lyrics, wonderful melodies, and with the orchestra, it sounds terrific.
All killers, no fillers.
All killers.
That's it.
That's what we like to
That's exactly what it is.
Right.
Well, obviously, Elton John, he has quite a songbook. Was it difficult picking the pieces for the show on Saturday night, or was it quite easy to pick the songs that you wanted in the show?
It was so hard working out what to leave out. It was incredibly hard because this man's had he's been going, going for 50 years. Yeah. It's 50 years this year that he released Yellow Brick Road, so he must have been going for longer. So because he's had hits in every single decade since then, it was really a matter of agonising about what to leave out. And everybody who comes along, I'm sure, is going to go, but what about that song? So we've tried to include, the absolute killers, and there's some classic ballads and 1980s really out, just out there songs. But, and then there's this whole Disney sort of stage. So
There's a lot.
And, it's one of those things about being a performer, and obviously we did it for years together as well, and it was the same thing. Every show, no matter what songs you put in, at the end there's always someone who's going to go, oh, but you didn't do this song.
I know.
Yes.
I know, so we're just going to have to apologise in advance and say we're trying to put as much in there as possible.
It's a 2-hour show. You can't put every song
That's
in
it.
there.
Otherwise we'll be there all night.
That's right.
So when we look back across his full catalogue, we did try to pick a little bit of each, a little bit of each of those decades, so that we've really covered off, as Emily said. But it's quite an incredible array of music, which now, like I'm sure the same. You know what it's like when you do a show, that those songs become breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. And
in the car, shower, toilet.
in the shower.
I was just saying before that I must look like a madman, because even on my walk to work and on my walk home, I'm actually singing out loud to my headphones with the harmonies. So even just the harmonies by itself, it must.
I know. I wake up singing them.
And because they're all songs with such great lines and great hooks in them, you can't let go of them. They once they're in there, they grab you and they stay there.
Well, speaking of Elton, you may not know this, but Aaron has decided to prepare a little quiz based on the man himself.
Oh, good.
And I guess test your knowledge.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Bit of Elton trivia here tonight.
Okay.
So I thought here's a perfect moment. You've got some perfect glasses there to get in the zone.
I'll don the Elton glasses then.
We're going to get Warwick and Emily to put on these amazing Elton glasses.
Actually, you need the bigger ones.
Yeah.
I'll take these
You need the
ones.
bigger pink ones there, Warwick. Warwick's got some big pink glasses there.
There we go.
And Emily's got these beautiful grey... Oh, you look
I think
the
they suit me.
part. I love it. They totally suit you.
My hair's not right though, is it?
Oh, look.
No, your hair's perfect.
Look, it's Elton. It'll never
Flowing.
be quite right.
Flowing beautifully. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out a fact, and I'm going to get you to jump in and tell me if this is true or false.
Ooh, okay.
All right, so here we go. The first one. His middle name is Daniel. True or false?
I'm going to go false.
Warwick?
True.
It was false. It's actually Hercules. Next one. He names his pianos.
True.
True.
Yes, true. Over the years, he's brought many show-stopping pianos out on stage, including some named Nina Simone, Aretha Franklin, and Diana Krall. He's a godfather to Madonna's children. True or false?
Pretty sure that's true.
Just as likely to be true.
Pretty sure that's true.
It's false.
Oh.
Him and Madonna don't get along, but he is a godfather to Victoria Beckham, Julian Lennon, and Elizabeth Hurley. And the lucky last one, here we go. This is a really interesting one. Between January 96 and September 97, Elton John spent at least £50,000 on flowers alone. True or false?
True.
My instinct would be to say it's true.
It's actually false.
Oh, God, I'm terrible at this.
Because it was approximately £300,000.
Oh, not enough.
Okay.
The
But
underestimate.
that was a trick question.
And he came out and quoted, it was quoted as saying, I have no one to leave the money to. I'm a single man. I like spending my money.
Yeah, good on him.
So good on Elton. So
I know he's
Well
very
done,
generous.
everybody.
Yeah, well done.
I've got
We were
a brush.
terrible.
for joining us for that.
Terrible. That
I
was
have to
terrible.
brush
The
up.
glasses were helping, though.
Yeah, well, just to hide my shame.
Emily, Warwick, it was a pleasure to meet you both and have you in
Thank you.
studio. We will all be at the show watching it on
fantastic.
Saturday night, so we're looking
Fantastic,
forward to seeing
fantastic.
you. And of course, if you are listening and you haven't got your tickets to Rocket Man, Elton John Orchestrated yet, you can get them through Ticketek. Sex and the City fans, Kim Cattrall has had a big return to And Just Like That, the spin-off from Sex and the City. Aaron, what's the goss?
Oh, my gosh. It
Came around real quick.
It actually did. It wasn't as long as I thought it would be, but we all waited with bad breath, as they'd say in Kath and Kim, for this one. Now, Celeste, did you watch it?
I haven't seen it. I haven't watched any of the season. I haven't hate watched it yet.
Oh my God. Actually, do you know what? What's been interesting about And Just Like That this season is it's a bit of a return to form in some episodes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So finally, there were a couple of moments where even my friend Jane and I, we were talking about it the other day, we were saying it's actually kind of got that Sex and the City vibe a little bit more again.
Maybe they got that note.
I think they did. And so there's certain elements that are finally being put back into And Just Like That. And one key ingredient from Sex and the City that we were all missing,
Samantha.
Samantha Jones.
You can't have Sex and the City without Samantha.
There is no Sex and the City. There is no And Just Like That
Well, it's
without Samantha Jones.
Just like Samantha is the sex of Sex and the
She
City.
is,
So
100%.
without Samantha, it's just like 3 women in the city.
But the thing is, so I was so excited. I had a rehearsal that night. So I was in rehearsal and rehearsing for this Elton John show. And I couldn't wait to get home because I'd taped it and I was like, right, I'm going to watch it. So we got home, poured a glass of wine. Mark and I turned it on.
What do you mean you recorded it?
Well-
Is that still a thing? Do we still record things off of the TV?
It is actually. It's on the Foxtel box. So,
Ah,
so you can
okay.
record, shows and stuff like that.
I'm
on-
with you.
on the
I'm with
Foxtel
you.
box. Good. I love a good box. So we're all sitting there, edge of our seats, waiting for this cameo. And surprisingly, the cameo comes on pretty much in the first scene.
Oh, she leads.
So you know what? Didn't have to wait around for it. Bang. It cuts to Samantha calling Carrie. The thing I noticed most about this interaction, obviously, number one, both scenes were shot completely separately.
Of course.
So you could tell that Mark actually said to me, you can see at one point in particular where Carrie has a bit of a death stare in her eye.
Really?
And he's like, I wonder if she's thinking in the back of her head, why do I have to do this for?
Right.
But there's a really lovely interaction. There's a bit of a throwback from a Sex and the City quote. And Kim Cattrall, out of all the women, looks most like her original character.
Okay.
Right.
She's gone on this beautiful, gorgeous dress, this red dress with this silver coat. She looks amazing. She still acts like Samantha.
Yeah.
The interesting thing I noticed was she's starting to become a bit of a visitor in her own face.
Yeah, we've touched on this before. She had a new series on Netflix, and you both weren't too impressed with
Oh,
her.
it was terrible.
Well, she's crossed the line. There's always a line. Like, there's a line with, enhancements, plastic surgeries, where it's like, do what feels good for you. And then there's a line where if you take it too far, you start to lose how you look.
Yes, yeah. But she still looked amazing. And it wasn't overdone, but you could tell she's had enough Botox that she could barely get those lines out.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I've seen her in the other series on Netflix, and I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
And
it's a bit sad. But ultimately, I have to say, I think overall, for the 75 seconds that she was in it, it was like, oh my God, this is exactly what this series needs.
Yes.
And she made the comeback of the century, in my opinion.
Can we just touch on how much she was paid for that appearance?
Oh my God.
You told us this last week. What was her figure?
75 seconds. She got paid $1.5 million US dollars.
Is that a record? I'd love to know if per hour that's a record.
I'm not good with maths, but what's that per second?
Well, what was the figure?
1.5 million.
1.5 million.
1.5 million for 75 seconds.
Yeah.
How many 75 seconds are in an hour? We'd have to work that out. There's
Say 60 seconds.
Well, no, there's not. There's 60, there's 90. There's 90 times 1.5.
We're not going to be able to figure it out. It was a lot.
This is really
She got paid a lot.
90 times 1.5, you add 45 to it, it's 135 million an hour. Someone correct me if I'm wrong.
135 million an hour. She only got paid 1.5.
Yeah.
Anyway, wow.
For 75 seconds.
I'm so confused.
I'm not good
It's
with
more than
maths.
it's more than $1 million a minute.
I thought we were working out how much per second.
Per second?
Oh, no, I wasn't working out per second. I was working as an hourly rate.
Okay, that's why we're
Because
on
it's like
different pages.
$550 an hour to become a millionaire. They say you need to get
Diana
paid.
was
I
saying.
wonder though. I wonder
gazillionaire.
was that $1.5 million worth it? Because by the sounds of things, it might have brought back a lot of love for the show from people that might have, much like yourself, watched it for the. I think it was six seasons originally.
6 seasons.
Yeah.
And then with the new series, just weren't so into it. So was it worth it?
Disengaged.
Very possibly.
I think so. And so much so, I think that they, basically on the same day they announced that it's been renewed. And just like that's been renewed for season 3 now.
Season 3, there you go.
Season 3, so it's making it another
They're really giving
comeback.
a go for it. They're trying to push for it. They definitely need a Samantha. But this has inspired a little segment that we've done before, but we've given the segment a little zhuzh because we created another really well done audio for you all around this one. David,
Quality.
hit us.
Comebacks and retirements.
That's not good, is it?
And just FYI, that's not David doing that.
No, that's not David.
Just wanna...
David's just got a keyboard. Boom, 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 boom.
Comebacks and retirements. It's been a while since we did our comebacks and retirements, but Samantha has inspired them because we think it is a great comeback.
Great comeback. She
It's the
needs to
thumbs
stay
up
back.
from us. Comebacks
thumbs
and
up.
retirements. Should we start with our comebacks?
I think so. Celeste, who did you have as
What,
your...
Who or what did you
Who
have?
or what? Yeah, actually, because we're not restricting it to people.
No, it can
People,
be things.
things.
People, things.
What should make a comeback in your eyes?
Mine's really simple. I just think walking into a restaurant without a booking.
Oh my God, I had that on my list.
Get out, really?
Yes.
I'm so over, with Father's Day next week, you have to book weeks in advance for something for Father. It's just I get it, it's a special occasion, but I don't ever remember being it like that. So I think we need to be able to just walk back into places.
I like to peruse the menus and then decide what I'm going to eat.
Yeah.
Even in Sydney, it was the same thing. We didn't do that for the first night because dinner was early before the show. It was 5 o'clock, so we thought we're not going to need a booking at 5 o'clock. Yeah, right. Good luck. Good luck. Yep, I'm with you. Aaron, come back.
Well, my ultimate comeback, has to be John Farnham.
Oh.
Yeah, your favourite Farnsey.
There's been an update with his health. He's completely free of cancer now, which is so exciting.
Good to hear.
He's back home. He's resting. Apparently, he's singing again at home, around the house. So I really have faith that there's going to be a bit of a comeback for The Voice.
Well, he is the
79th
man.
comeback.
Not-
I was going to say, he is the man behind the comebacks. I mean,
Yeah.
how
He
many...
invented the comeback.
Yeah.
How many, tours... comeback tours.
Jack's back, and no, he's my comeback right there, and fingers crossed he does make a comeback.
Mine. Mine. Excuse me.
Oh, sorry, I thought your comeback was the dinner reservations.
No, I got another one.
Oh, you've got
I
another
have a backup one.
You've got another one.
Because I always prepare these things. Always prepare,
love
and
it.
this is a good one.
Okay, fill us in.
The Australian dollar.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Australian dollar needs to make a comeback.
I would agree with that, especially after
52
travelling.
cents in a euro. No, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a bit of a joke, isn't
Right, I went to buy something in pounds today, and it was like £90, 175 Australian dollars. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
it? That's got to hit the
Yeah,
bank
the
book.
Australian dollar. Thank you. I told you it was a good one.
Jeepers.
Retirement,
I'm with
Celeste.
Okay. This is inspired by the fact that I actually saw this on TV the other night, and I thought, my God, are we still doing this?
What?
Competition TV shows, like singing competition TV shows, The Voice was on, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. Retire it.
The jig is up.
I'm done with all of them.
It's not that entertaining. Some people love it, though. You know how many people, well, I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
For me, as a singer, a lot of my friends are like, oh, it's so inspiring. Have you seen this video? And they send me, like, clips. And I'm like, I don't care.
There's always a bloody, and it's annoying. Just the backstories alone are annoying.
Oh.
Deanna, bring us home strong.
Bring us home. My retirement, given the state of the world that we've spoken about earlier and Aaron's very serious addiction that he's developed to screen time, I think Instagram needs to make a retirement.
Oh, big call there.
It's a big call,
Controversial.
but Instagram has become a toxic environment.
I wouldn't disagree with that. So head to our Instagram and comment.
Just not our Instagram, because we need the algorithm boost, but everything else.
Head to our Instagram and let us know, do you think Instagram needs to make a retirement?
There you go. There you have it. Come Zach's and retirements. That's our new little spin on it, everybody.
I think your speech needs to make a comeback.
It does.
Retirement, really.
It does. I think I need my brain examined.
Could go either way.
All right, it's been a while since we've shared our unpopular opinions, and this time I've gone for a little bit of a theme, relationship theme.
Oh.
The questions are relationship themed. Not all of them. Some of them are non-relationship themed, but there's a lot of them that are. So let's just call it intentional, shall we? Unpopular opinions. We need to know, do you agree? Do you disagree? Starting with number one. Having different political opinions shouldn't be a deal breaker for a relationship.
Agree.
Do you think you can be in a relationship with a different political opinions?
Oh, that's tough. I think you can if it doesn't matter to you. I think if you're if you're very into politics, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Agreed. It never ends well when high school sweethearts stay together.
I would agree with that.
Totally agree. Or did they even stay together in the end?
Well, I got divorced.
There's always... Oh.
Although you weren't, technically you weren't high school sweethearts.
No, but we did meet in year 12.
Yes, but
That's
you
still
didn't
high
go to
school.
the same
We didn't
high
go to the
school
same
and you
high
didn't start
school.
dating until end of high school.
End of high school.
So I don't know if you'd fall into that category, but still
close
many
enough.
couples that I know that have been together since high school have stayed together a really long time but not kind of gone the distance, unfortunately. So I'd say, no.
Unpopular opinion number 3. Not every couple should try to have kids.
Agree.
Oh, totally agree. There's so many terrible parents out there.
Aaron and Mark. Oh, no, I'm joking.
It's all right. You got nothing to worry about there, Celeste.
Look, I mean,
Sorry,
it's hard because, it's not regulated. Maybe there should be a license. I don't know.
I
But
totally
then who
agree.
decides what the authority... I don't know. Like, it's a big...
Sterilise them.
My brain asks too many questions around these things. Sterilise. Oh. All right. Number 4. Dating apps have never led to anything serious.
Disagree. I think there's a Netflix documentary on one of them that, it was like the third longest date or something like that, and they ended up, I think, married or engaged with a baby or something like that. I think it can work out.
Yeah, it's called Grindr, The Untold Story, and I'm the lead character.
And expect it coming to Netflix soon. Featuring Aaron Collins.
Coming on Netflix soon. No, it's me and Mark. We met on Grindr.
There you go.
Yeah, okay, so no, it can't work.
No, it's doomed.
It's okay for people to keep secrets from one another when in a relationship.
Agree.
It depends on the capacity of the secret, though.
It depends on what it is.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
your friend tells you something and they say don't tell anyone,
Yes.
do you not tell your partner? It depends on the secret.
Little white lies.
Yeah.
Depends on the secret.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
It's like the other week when...
What? What
Are you
did
about to reveal a lie?
No, I
on
told
air?
Mark the other day, but he gets very funny when I keep the heater on all night. But it was freezing cold the other week, and he was in Goolwa,
So you lied about it?
and I kept the heater on all night. Anyway, he came back and he noticed that he keeps an eye on... We've got a solar panel.
Right.
So he keeps an eye on that. He's like, what happened on Saturday night? I went, yeah, I don't know. I think I had the telly on all night. And then, like, the next day I'm like, I did have the heater on all night.
I love that. I thought that was going to be way more juicy than a bloody heater.
I know.
Mark, you would not want to be married to me because that heater would bloody be on 24/7.
Apparently no one wanted to be married to you because you're divorced.
She saw it. She went for it.
Oh, you found an opening, Celeste.
I took it.
That's great. That's true. That's fine. We'll talk about it on another segment. My depressing life. No, just kidding. Okay, having a boyfriend shouldn't stop you from looking for a husband.
Deanna's laugh. It's the best.
It's a temporary measure, yeah. If they're not the one, just, at least they give you company until you do find the real one. Yeah.
I'm gonna disagree because I feel like why waste time with someone that you're like, well, I don't see a future with this person. Like, why are you with them? You may as well be single and just enjoying your life, doing whatever you want.
But they may be good in bed, so you may as well keep them around for a bit. Why
Friends
not?
with benefits.
That's it.
Okay, last one. You can't buy happiness.
Disagree.
So I guess it's like, does buying stuff make you happy?
Yep, costs $20 at the local bottle-o.
I don't think you can buy happiness, but I definitely think having money would help with your level of happiness because your level of worry surrounding certain things probably wouldn't be as high. Therefore, affecting your unhappiness. To bring it in a circle.
Full circle.
I'm going to add to that and say I think that money can buy temporary happiness, but permanent happiness comes from somewhere else.
Very wise to finish
Thank
off
you.
with.
Very, very
Thank
wise.
you.
I
Dun,
like
dun,
that.
dun. You've been listening to Two Brunettes and a Gay once again. It's been fabulous having you on this week. If you've been listening live and you want to catch the podcast, we're available on all your major podcasting platforms. And of course, if you want to tune in live, Radio Italia Uno 87.6 FM. You can download the Radio Italia Uno Adelaide app on all the app stores. Make sure you head to Facebook and to Instagram.
Insta.
It's been a night. It's been a night.
And go see Aaron's show this Saturday, the 2nd of November.
It's called Block It Man.
Aaron will be there. He's got nothing else to do. He'll
No.
be there with a 20 bottle of wine. 20 bottles of wine that were $20 each. Just do the maths. That's about 153 million.
No, but to bring it back, Rocket Man Orchestrated, Elton John Orchestrated this Saturday. Get your tickets on Ticketek.
Definitely.
Now, have a fabulous week, and we'll see you
Next Tuesday.
Ciao, Adelaide. It's your favourite trio, Two Brunettes and a Gay, here to remind you to join us every Tuesday at 5 p.m. for your drive home.
Expect the best beats, sassiest segments, and plenty of piping hot tea from the weekly rumour mill. And let's be honest, we know us Italians love a good gossip.
So tune in at 5 p.m. every Tuesday right here on your number one station, Radio Italia Uno 87.6 FM.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.